iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
just on another planet.
Welcome back once again, race fans, right here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Cyber Thunder Racing Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series Chase Race number 1 gonna get underway right here at Chicagoland Speedway. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight as we get set to run for a championship here over the next course of, I believe it is 7 weeks. Yes, it is 7 weeks. 7 more races, I should say. We will take little brief spats in between these chase races. Drivers gonna try to see if they can't start things off on the right foot. There you can see the 32 of Chris Wold just underneath the graphics and screen. We'll go ahead and throw that back away for you. 104 track degree temperature here tonight at Chicagoland Speedway. Chris Anderson, Eric Anderson gonna take the second spot. Justin Groves, top of the speed charts. Quick time here in qualifying. Groves gonna go top of the speed charts with a 30:56. We'll throw that race information up for you here in just 1 second. Looks like that's not wanting to really work out for us, so we'll go ahead, go another route, get that to you anyway. Right there you have it on your screen. Oops, that's not the right one. Well, you almost had it, now you got it. There it is. Justin Groves sitting on top of the speed charts right now. Quick time, 30:56. Brian Dorsey right there behind him in that number 9 machine. Eric Anderson, Jeff Sharp, Chris Wold round out your top 5. David Rogerson right there sitting in 6. Cole Gray, Bob Rogerson, Dave Gainforth, Jerry Isaacs rounds out your top 10. A lot of other heavy hitters here. Looks like we've got 6 chase drivers still yet to put in their qualifying times. 3.5 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying session. And I tell you what, while we've got a little bit of a lull in the action on the track, we don't really have anybody out there putting in a time lap. I tell you what, let's go ahead and get to them championship standings coming into tonight's race, as we did reset things for the championship grid. There you can see all 12 of those drivers, 5,000 points awarded to them. It's all even. You gotta get it from here on out. Does anybody have anything for Coolidge Fenmore, the driver in that one machine out of Underdog Racing? He has been lights out all season long, walking away with the regular season championship win, basically. Also had 6 wins to his name to this run to the championship. And Justin Groves still sits top of the speed charts provisional poll right now for Groves. There you can see some tough battles going on back through those point standings. Frank DiMaggio was in the chase. He elected to back out on note that he was going to miss a few of the championship races and take himself right out of the opportunity to win a championship. So a gentlemanly like bowed on out, gave his position to another driver with a chance to run for it all. 3 out of your 12 championship drivers sitting at the top of the speed charts right now. Chris Wold, Mike Grandy rounds out your top 6. Cole Gray back in 9th now. Chris Dean back in the 13th spot. Eric Moore, Christopher Daniel, Coolidge Fenmore, Patrick Stein, and Tom Richter still yet to go and put in their qualifying lap just yet. Just past the halfway point, we begin to count down the green flag here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And I tell you what, race fans, it's been one heck of a season already here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. A lot of good things coming out of the Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues. A lot of great things coming out of the Wheels for Warriors organization. If you haven't already, scroll down in the description. You can find the link right there. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. New pole sitter Bruce Perry going to go fast time 30:55, just 1/100th of a second faster than Justin Groves. That's going to put the 39 Ford Mustang up at the top of the speed charts for the provisional pole right now. 3 minutes remaining here tonight. Who's going to put down that quick time? Will we see any of our championship drivers go out there and try late in this qualifying session? And it looks like, yes, indeed, we've got movement on the track. Tom Richter, one of those late drivers going out here tonight. That 34 Chevy Z01 Camaro looking good, still sporting that Do It for Crank on the car. Once again, we do want to send our thoughts, prayers out there with you, Crank. We know you're out there. We know you're getting better. We know you're kicking it. We look forward to seeing you back on the track very soon, my friend. Richter going to cross the line to begin his first time lap. 3 minutes remaining here. Was a little bit off on my time count there just about 30 seconds ago. Nonetheless, the 34 hugs the bottom of the track through 1 and 2. Excuse me. Back down the backstretch once again. Richter looking to go quick here. Where will he shake out? Coolidge, Finmore, Christopher Daniel, Mark Schrader, Bradley Beeman, Patrick Stein, Robert Gregory. Still yet to put in their time lap now. Daniels and Finmore both go out pretty much at the same time. We'll double check back in with them. There you can see Richter going 6th. Fastest with his first time lap. Where's he going to shake out this time by? We'll wait and see. With just about 2 minutes remaining here in qualifying, going to be hard pressed to get Finmore and Daniels, both of those drivers with the lap coming to put a lap in. It's going to be pretty close. Richter Kinney improved just a little bit. He goes 5th quickest, back to Christopher Daniel in the 88 machine. He's into the championship chase this season as well. You can notice all of your championship drivers highlighted over there in that beautiful turn 3 orange to the left-hand side of your screen. So a non-chase driver sitting at the top of the speed charts right now. Bruce Perry with the fast time on the track tonight, 30:55. Daniel back off of turn number 2, back down the back stretch. Going to be very close for these drivers to get these laps in. Finmore going to go 8th with his first time lap. Here comes Daniel off of turn number 4, back across the stripe. He'll go one more time around. We'll jump a little further up on the track. There you can see that one of Coleridge. Finmore 8th with his first time lap. He's got to make up a 1/10 of a second if he's going to catch up and tie. He's got to make up 11 hundredths if he's going to take that provisional pole. Crossing the line, where's he go? Top of the speed charts, new quick time, 30:55, won by Finmore. Daniel across the line, where's he going to shake out? Only good enough for 10th, and that's going to be about all she wrote for drivers out there putting in their qualifying laps. So we're going to break. Head down track side for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your starting lineup.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
drivers to the starting grid. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for Chase Race number 1 in the round of 12 right here in the Cyber Thunder Wheels for Warriors USA Road Cup Series. Lining up inside row number 1, your pole sitter, the one of Coleridge Finmore. Lined up just to his outside, the 39 of Bruce Berry, Justin Groves, Jeff Sharp. Back in row number 2, row number 3 here tonight, the 12 of Mike Randy Sr. and Tom Richter. Eric Moore, Brian Dorsey going to make up row number 4. Row number 5 here tonight, Eric Anderson and Christopher Daniel rounds out your top 10. Chris Wolden, 32, going to line up in that 11th starting spot. There you can see David Rogerson just to his outside. Back here in row number 7, Cole Gray and Bob Rogerson. There's Dalton Carter and Dave Gainforth back in row number 8. 17th starting position here tonight. Chase driver in the 2 machine, Chris Dean. Jerry Isaacs just to his outside, Patrick Stein and Bradley Beeman, Mark Schrader, Robert Gregory round out your starting lineup as field makes their way off of turn 4. We're ready to go. Racing once again, championship style. Green flag flies here at Chicagoland Speedway. It all starts here. 1:15 drivers up through the gears, and it looks like Finmore already stepping away. We'll go up to the front of this field as Justin Groves. There you can see that 99 already losing a little bit of ground, already losing a little bit of touch. Still a very long way to go here tonight. This 1.5 mile D shape, pretty much a constant oval. If you watch this backstretch race, fans, you can see that these drivers are pretty much turning left the entire time they're going down the backstretch, so not a real straightaway per se here at Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois. What a beautiful racing facility this is. Wide open spaces to go racing here, and we've got side-by-side battling now for that second and third position. Justin Groves, Mike Grandy Sr. going at it side-by-side for a brief moment. They'll sort it out, go nose to tail, try to track down Finmore off of 4. Patrick Stein making a pass on Chris Dean. That's back for the 19th position. Now Christopher Daniel gets by Cole Gray. That's in the 11th. Mike Randy Sr. still slotted in that 3rd position, up 2 spots from where he started tonight's race. Bradley Beeman making a pass on Jerry Isaacs back through the rear of this field. Isaacs back now running in the 18th position, right where he started tonight's race. We're going to cross the line to begin lap number 4. That number 1 of Finmore has led them all, and when will we see new race leader? We've seen that 99 of Groves duck down to the bottom of that speedway multiple times. Throwback paint scheme on that thing. I tell you what, look at that red dog. If you know, you know. That's all I gotta say about that one. Big tip of the cap right there, Justin. That is awesome to see. Just to his outside. Now you can see that 12 with Mike Randy. He got the run in the Hallmark 12. He's going to put that Chevy ZL1 Camaro on to the second spot now under fire. Once again, the 39 of Bruce Perry. He's going to look to the outside. Looks like freight train coming on the outside. There goes the 99 to the top to block the run by Jeff Sharp. And that's what happens when the momentum gets wound up on the outside and you find yourself down there on the bottom. Well, you just may end up going back. A lot of great battles all over this track, so we'll bounce around just a little bit here for a while. Back here battling with that 19 of Jeff Sharp. There you can see once again Justin Groves just off in front of him, right behind Tom Richter, chasing that 19 machine. Eric Moore, Brian Dorsey back in 8th. Chris Wold up 2 positions to the 9th spot, and Eric Anderson rounds out your top 10. A lot of close racing action right here at the front of this field. Look at this going on side by side. Bruce Perry to the bottom of the speedway. He's going to try to take that spot away from Mike Grandy. Grandy not having any of it. They'll stay stacked up off of 2. Cars moving and shaking down this backstretch 12 with a run 39 going to go to the high side with your race leader, Finmore. But it looks like that 12 got the run in the corner. He's going to pull the slide job. New race leader for the first time here tonight. Mike Grandy goes to the top of the scoring chart. So already a lane change here at Chicagoland Speedway, and it all starts here. 1:15 for the Cyber Thunder Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. The Hallmark Chevy ZL1 looking good out there on the track tonight. He's got that one right behind him. The 39 of Bruce Perry rounds out your top three. Justin Groves a solid fourth. Jeff Sharp sitting back with Tom Richter, another chase competitor. He's trying to make up some spots, still running in that sixth position right where he started tonight's race. So Richter looking for a little more, just trying to find that speed as Finmore looks to the bottom of the speedway. We'll go check that battle out once again before we bounce around the track for a brief moment. A lot of other battles going on. Eric Anderson, Cole Gray going at it with each other. Chris Dean going to make a pass on Mark Schrader. That's for 21st on the speedway. Still nose to tail, small gaps between the front of this field. They'll stay single file back into turn 3. Out of 4, everybody chasing the 12 of Grandy Sr. He's going to drop to the bottom of the speedway. And look at the 39 of Perry. He put that Ford Mustang right next to the grass, trying to make the front stretch as short as possible, trying to get any advantage that he can. There you can see him. He goes to the high side, looking for the momentum. Going to look for a little bit of a crossover here. Get the draft going down. Oh, going to go to the high side here. Perry looking to hunt the front on the high side. When we see the high side hustle here tonight. And keep in mind also, race fans, you know that Chicago is one of those racetracks that we're seeing multiple races have fuel strategy implications in them, whether it be right here on the iRacing.com platform, the world's #1 racing simulator, or whether it's been the big boys in real life on the track here. We've seen Chicagoland come down to a handful of fuel strategy race wins. Will one of these crew chiefs be willing to risk it all in race #1 of the round of 12? We see most of these chase competitors play it safe and just try to make their way through, because we've got a tricky one next week, race fans. We've got the Glen coming up. That's right, 60 minutes of left turns, right turns in there as well at Watkins Glen. Man, oh man, what a raceway that is. Love Watkins Glen International. It is absolutely beautiful up there. Now Finmore going to look for the front once again. He's going to take that top spot back away. We'll jump back with Tom Richter as he's now under fire from Eric Moore. Finmore going to go back to the top with a scoring pylon. That's going to give us 2 lead changes. 2 different drivers here tonight working around the track. Down the back stretch and into turn 3, your race leader comes to take lap number 15 out of the 115 scheduled here tonight. 101 laps now remaining. Multiple racing groups there. You can see these drivers 3-4 wide in different lanes, not necessarily 4 wide side by side, but 4 wide stacked up using different lanes, different runs through these corners. Chicagoland, big wide open raceway. There you can see the 53 Mountain Dew throwback machine of Dalton Carter. Chase competitor right here, that 88 Christopher Daniel. He's down 4 spots from where he started tonight's race, up in the 10th position. Now back sitting in 14th. He's going to have to gain some ground. And how about David Robinson in that Boston Bruins 37? Great run by him so far. He's up inside the top 15. What has happened to Mike Grandy Sr.? He has fallen from grace. We'll check this little battle out for just a moment here. Mike Grandy Sr. once leading this race has dropped some pace. He's all the way back to third. And how about this run by Bruce Perry on the outside? That 39 looks to hunt the front, high side hustling. Man, oh man, that 39, I'm telling you what, he's getting the job done on the outside. Gonna pull even now, make his way down and in front. He'll have the race lead by the time they enter 3. Good run into the corner, into center there by Finmore. Will it be enough to fend off the hard-charging Perry on the outside? No, lap led. Gonna go to Bruce Perry, so that will be our 3rd different race leader with 3 different lead changes here tonight. My goodness, already off to a fast pace. 18 laps into tonight's 115 lap event. And we have already had 3 different race leaders here tonight. Now that 99 of Justin Groves in that Red Dog sponsored 99 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. There you can see him making his way up into the mix. He's put Mike Grandy Sr. back into the 4th position. And how about the battle that's beginning to develop back here? We're going to jump back here to this battle for a minute, race fans. Check this one out right here. Eric Moore, Brian Dorsey, Cole Gray, they're all stacked up with Tom Richter. Richter having a little bit of a moment there a lap or 2 ago, was a little slow on the track. That allowed the rest of these drivers to come up, make their way right up to the tail end of him. And for Richter, that spells trouble because that's 3 of your chase competitors right behind you stacked up. Eric Moore, Brian Dorsey, and Cole Gray all chasing for a championship, as well as Tom Richter. Most of the field at the front except your race leader, Bruce Perry. They are all in the chase. Finmore, Groves, and Grandy. Jeff Sharp, Chris Wold, all of those drivers, all 5 of them championship chase contenders here. They're going to have 7 more weeks to vie for their championship title. Who's going to start it off on the right foot? Right now, looks like Coleridge Finmore is the man to beat. He has been the man to beat all season long, walking away with the regular season title with 6 wins to his name. Side-by-side battle now with Brian Dorsey and the 5 of Eric Moore. Moore to the high side, going to get the advantage, and here comes that 3 of Cole Gray. He's going to shoot off of 2 and down the backstretch, take that spot away from Dorsey. Going to jump around once again just a little bit back here to the 88 of Christopher Daniels, struggling just a little bit. Daniels running back in the 16th spot. There you can see Justin Groves. He's now made his way into that 3rd position, looking to try to catch up to Finmore or Perry. Good run off of 2 that time as Groves continues to stalk his prey. Brandy in the 12, still hanging on to that 4th position. Jeff Sharp right behind him. Still now Groves all over Bruce Perry as Finmore has taken that top spot back away. That's going to give us our 4th different lead change here tonight amongst 3 different drivers, and they are all stacked up all over each other at the front of this field, and that's going to pay dividends for the rest of the drivers behind them. They're not going to be able to scoot away as quickly as if they were to line up, get nose to tail. These drivers still mixing it up, side-by-side racing action up here at the front. Finmore now scoots away to almost a 4/10 of a second race advantage after a little bit of a scrum between those top 3. Chris Wold, Jeff Sharp, they're losing a little bit of ground. The 32 of Wold, there you can see him making his way off of turn number 2 in that Game Fuel 32 machine. He has been running well here over the past few handful of weeks. Ken Wold getting the job done here tonight, and you look for him to be pretty strong at the road course next week at Watkins Glen. That's right. Chase race number 2 in the round of 12 here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Gonna kick off next Thursday night, right here on your home for Cyber Thunder Racing, Turn 3 Racing Network. Glad you could all join us here tonight once again. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the trackside. Grove's gonna look to the bottom. Gonna take that spot. No, not gonna get there. Bruce Perry gonna keep that position for the time being. That's gonna allow Mike Grandy Sr. to make his way just back up to his outside. Once again, these drivers now battling, allowing Coleridge Fenmore to step away 27 laps in to this green flag run, and that is when you cannot afford to give up the time. As late in these green flag runs, you're not going to have the tire to lean on anymore, so it's going to be very tough to overcome a gap unless you're just that much faster, that much quicker than the drivers around you on the old tire. So now that Fenmore has stepped out to a 7/10 of a second race advantage, he's been able to break that draft. Drivers no longer going to be able to use that draft to kind of stay in striking distance, and already went from 7/10 upwards to a 1 second advantage for Fenmore. Looking around the track, we've got a bunch of other battles to bring you as well. We'll stay right here for the time being because we've got two battles on the track for you side by side for that third position. Mike Grandy Sr. and Justin Groves continue to swap that spot back and forth. Jeff Sharp, Chris Wold now battling behind them. That's 5th and 6th on the speedway. 32 game fuel machine gonna stay to the high side. He'll get the run off of 2. That's going to leave the 19 of Jeff Sharp hanging by the wayside back down into turn 3. He'll lose 2 car lengths as they sail off into 3 once again, coming across the stripe. Leader's going to take lap number 30 out of the 115 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Still side by sides for positions now. That 39 of Bruce Perry, he's going to have to deal with Mike Grandy Sr. once again. What a run by that 12. Talk about utilizing your opportunities. Grandy made it into the chase just barely in that 12th and final chase position, making the most of it, running in the top 3 podium spots here tonight, running in third. Led for a handful of laps, has been battling inside the top 5 all race long, and that's what you've got to do if you're going to have a chance for a championship. But more importantly, you got to get by that 1 of Fenmore. You cannot allow him to start stacking up bonus points here, especially not in the chase. You're going to have to run him down, find a way to get by him. May need some pit road strategy to get that job done, but you're going to have to pull something at some point in time. You can't do what they do, or you're never going to be able to overcome what they do. Drivers down the back stretch, lap number 32 out of 115 here tonight. Coleridge Fenmore still with that top spot. Bruce Perry tucked in behind him. A little bit of a battle here. Group cluster of cars going to go across the stripe this time by Bruce Perry. Going to still keep that second spot. Mike Grandy Sr. just behind him. Justin Groves, Jeff Sharp still battling with Chris Wold. Tom Richter has made an appearance onto the scene. That's going to put yet another championship driver right there battling with each other. And if they're not careful, that's going to open up the door, because here comes Cole Gray, Eric Moore right behind him, Eric Anderson, Brian Dorsey sitting back in 11th. Championship drivers with some woes tonight. Right here, still sporting that 14 for Craig Bell on top of the roof here. The 2 of Dean super loose off of 4. Gonna cut the grass. No need for a landscaper. We've got that 2 out there today, all through the grass here on lap number 34. Able to save the car. Chris Dean continues to struggle tonight at Chicago Land Speedway. He's running back in the 22nd position. Christopher Daniel, another one of our chase competitors, he's having issues as well. There you can see Daniels out of Canton, Georgia. CMR Construction Roofing Ford Chevy ZL1 Camaro. That's kind of awkward. ZL1 Camaro sitting in the 19th position, almost into the outside wall. Mark Schrader in the Dogecoin. Toyota Camry almost into his tail end. Back to the point. Your race leader right here loves going fast. You've seen it enough. Coleridge Fenmore leads the field here tonight, already closing in on upwards of 20 laps led here tonight for Fenmore, as he has stepped out almost now to a 2-second advantage over these drivers battling just behind him. Battle for second, third, fourth, fifth. It's all right there. Look at this big gaggle of cars all rooting for a position, looking for the bottom of the track. We've seen multiple drivers trying to utilize that high lane, trying to utilize the run on the high side, as now Grandy and the 39 of Perry both go to the high side. That's going to leave Groves to the bottom. Richter and Sharp lined up behind them. Tom Richter breaks in to the top 5 for the first time here tonight. Jerry Isaacs with a pass on David Gainforth back there for 15th position. Mark Schrader also getting by Christopher Daniel for the 19th position on track. Cole Gray by Chris Wold just a lap or two ago, as Wold begins to fall through the field now. Wold back to that 8th position, was running just outside of your top 5, now sitting back in. Oh my gosh! Woo! That was close, buddy. Ooh, that 39 of Bruce Perry almost put that Ford Mustang up into the outside wall. I don't know how he saved it, but he saved it, as these drivers stay stacked up nose to tail with each other back down the backstretch once again on lap number 39 out of the 115 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. We'll watch this Hallmark 12. Sorry, the 14 on the hood kind of threw me off there for a minute. There you can see Justin Groves still right behind him. Bruce Perry, Tom Richter rounds out your top 5. Richter 3 wide. 3 wide with Bruce Perry and Jeff Sharp down at the bottom. Woo, boy, Richter threads the needle, cuts the nose off of that Ford Mustang lined up just behind him. They say breakfast is the most important meal to help you focus throughout the day. Whoa, Justin Groves losing a little bit of focus. Maybe he was into his sponsor just a little bit too much. If you know, you know. We'll just leave it there again. Coleridge Fenmore now out to a 2.5 second race advantage over Mike Grandy Sr. There you can see that 12 leading Justin Groves. Big time stack up now. Looks like that 34 back in the corners up, as we've got our first driver to pit road. Dave Gainforth brings his 101 machine down to pit road for tires. Looks like it is a scheduled stop. Close battle now. Cole Gray, where did he come from? Silently and stealth like that 3 has made his way into the top 5. Now back to 6th, as Bruce Perry had the run off of the corner exit there. Great pit stop by Gainforth's crew, 14.43. Second pit stop there for Gainforth. That's one heck of a stop. We'll see if anybody else can match or beat that time in the pit box. Still stacked up for position. There you can see Jeff Sharp, Eric Moore. They're battling just behind Tom Richter, as now Chris Dean with another off-track excursion. He's going to get it corrected here. Oh, shit. But it's going to be right in front of your race leaders here very, very soon. And Dean goes around. Caution flag flies here just before green flag pit stops really got underway. That's going to benefit, I believe that's going to go to the advantage of David Gainforth. Gainforth going to gain back that lap lost by getting the lucky dog. He'll be able to pit with these race leaders once again. So as the field comes to a crawl, catches up to Coolidge, Fenmore, and that iRacing pace car, we will step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back just as we go back, green flag racing once again here at Chicagoland Speedway. Al Smith waving the green flag, getting the drivers fired off for the second time this evening. Finmore gonna lead him off of pit road back to the restart, and he gets away from the field. Back to the point once again. Finmore controls this race. We were just on the outside of the pit window. I was hearing reports in the next 3 to 5 laps we were going to see the majority of the field with a mass exodus to pit road. That caution flag going to fly and save a lot of these drivers when it comes to the pit strategy. And it looks like the 43 of Eric Anderson, he has a problem. He's down on pit road. Caution flag flies. Eric Moore involved, I believe. Oh my goodness, let's go back here. Let's see what happened. There you can see Moore going around the 9, also caught up and involved. We'll try to back it up, see if we can't catch that one more time. Oh, and there's the 43. The 43 came back up on the track. Oh no. That's what happened right there. Oh my goodness, one more look at it. Eric Anderson is passed down on the apron. We'll take a look at it. There it is again. My goodness. Right up onto the track, and that's going to pile up a lot of drivers. We'll go back, take a look at it here from Dave Gainforth's point of view. Cockpit camera there, you can see Gainforth. He's trying to miss everything. Still trying to miss it. Got drivers and cars everywhere. Has to come to a complete stop. Gainforth keeps that 101 clean. My goodness, my gosh, a lot of drivers caught up in that one. At least 4 or 5 drivers caught up in that one. We'll go back live with your race leader once again. Coleridge Finmore going to bring the field around back behind the iRacing pace car. So we've had 2 quick back-to-back cautions here. And will cautions breed cautions? We'll have to wait and see. Looks like multiple drivers caught up and involved in that one, all down to pit road. Maybe a few of these drivers trying to get some more adjustments in the cars, try to keep pace with the drivers they are battling in that championship grid with. 6 out of your 12 championship drivers inside of that top 10 right now. Coleridge Finmore leads them all. Justin Groves right behind him. Mike Grandy Sr., Jeff Sharp back in 5th, has Tom Richter lined up behind him in the 6th position here. Going to be side by side for the restart. Cole Gray will restart back in 8th. Will we see the one to go this time by? Gonna wait to find out when that iRacing pace car goes by the stripe this time by. Should see the one to go. I do believe Al Smith did indeed hold up. No, they're gonna go at least 2 more laps around this track. So I want to look, while we've got the time, want to look to the future here. The next 3 races we have, or these 3 races in the round of 12 right here, Chicagoland Speedway. It all starts here from Chicagoland. Then we head to Watkins Glen and then Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Brickyard going to be the final cutoff race in the round of 12 before we whittle it down to 8 drivers. Then another 3 race block before we whittle that field on down even further. Talladega, Dover, and Charlotte being that round of 8. And then we will have just 4 drivers left to battle it out at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Hot Atlanta gonna host the championship race this season. We'll have to see how these drivers fare at a track that's known for some high track temperatures and some abrasive surfaces. Atlanta Motor Speedway. What a way to end the season here this year with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Al Smith giving that one to go the one finger, and no, not that one. Get your mind out the gutter. One to go here. Field going to stack back up behind iRacing pace car, double file. Once again, that front row being led by your race leader, Coleridge Finmore. Justin Groves in the 99 going to start just to his outside. Bruce Perry, Mike Grandy back in row number 2. Tom Richter and Jeff Sharp in row 3. Row 4 for the restart. Bob Rogerson and Cole Gray back in row number 5. And rounding out your top 10, Dalton Carter and Jerry Isaacs. What a run by Isaacs. Up in the top 10, up 8 positions from where he started tonight's race. So a big time shout out to Jerry doing it big out here tonight in Chase race number 1. And as we get ready to go to that green flag race, fans, if you haven't already, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live, whether it's myself, David Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, so give these drivers a thumbs up, and they're going to give you some more great racing action as they hit the restart box. Waiting for it. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Groves gets up through the gears. He's going to stay right there with Finmore for the time being. That's over Mike Grandy Sr. He's starting to put his nose down to the bottom. He's going to make his way by Justin Groves. Falling to the wayside now is Jeff Sharp. Going to pull even with him. We'll stack up off of turn 2. Back down the backstretch. 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th, side by side. As now Grandy looks to the bottom. He looks to hunt the front once again. Grandy was a race leader earlier here. Ooh, big move to the bottom of the speedway in the apron. Finmore gonna chop the nose off of that 12. Force him to run a little different line than what he wanted to. A little bit of a wiggle there by Finmore on the bottom. He's gonna slide all the way up the track. He'll keep that top spot, but the 12 closes in. Close battle here between Tom Richter. Let's check this battle out. Richter and Perry going at it down on the bottom. That 34 up at the top is Perry. Perry, your only non-chase driver inside this top 7 at this moment. Cole Gray in that number 3 machine slotted in back in that 7th position. He's looking to gain some ground. Maybe try to take one of these top spots away if he can. Quick time on the speedway here for tonight's race. Coleridge Finmore, last time by, set the fastest lap of the race, 30.80 for the fast time during the race for Finmore. That is still almost 0.3 of a second slower than the qualifying time set by him. He's actually going to go a little quicker this time, 30.73, so the pace increasing as we click off the laps right at that halfway point here tonight. The race fans, and as we were saying just before that green flag, toss these drivers a thumbs up, and while you're over there, scroll down in the description, click the link, head on over to the Wheels for Warriors webpage. A lot of great things coming out of the Wheels for Warriors organization, centrally located in Lincoln, Nebraska. You can get across the country fairly easily. If you want to know how you can help a great cause, you head over there. Lots of different things can be utilized by you. If you've got old riding equipment, if you've got an old bike, as long as it can be put into working condition, they will absolutely take it. You can hit them up, whether it's just the frame, motor, maybe you got some saddlebags, a helmet or something. They'll take it all. Just hit those guys up. Great organization over there, Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets to wheels at a time. And what they do over there is they actually sponsor a veteran at a risk. 22 veterans a day commit suicide, and that is 22 too many, if you ask myself, any of these drivers or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. And I think that is the consensus across most of America. Trying to lower that number. They sponsor and mentor a veteran at risk for a period of time, lengthy period of time, at least 1 year. Really get to know that individual, really get him worked in with a group of guys locally to get him back into that fellowship, that brotherhood, the camaraderie that a lot of these veterans miss and seek so much when they end up back into the civilian world. They're able to provide that atmosphere for them, provide therapeutic situations by going on motorcycle rides, giving them motorcycle safety lessons, tips, and even presenting them with their very own motorcycle at the end of it all. So once again, what a great cause, and I can't think of a better way to help out our vets than to get them on a great motorcycle and out there getting to enjoy the ride. If you've got two wheels, you know what I mean. It is an absolutely beautiful thing. So head on over down in the description. Check out Wheels for Warriors USA. You can find them at www.w4wusa.org. Tom Richter kind of in no man's land right here, 2.8 seconds behind Jeff Sharp, 1.5 seconds in front of Cole Gray. So as he's in no man's land, we'll jump around just a little bit to go up to this battle. It's going to be for third and fourth on the speedway. We'll go back to this one. That's side by side. Bruce Perry has lost a ton of ground. He is now outside of your top five, battling for the 7th and 8th position with the 78 of Bob Rogerson. We haven't spoke about Rogerson very much here tonight, but he is up 7 positions from where he started tonight's race, running in the 7th spot right now. Rogerson looking to head towards that top 5 tucked in line. Just behind them, you've got the 53 of Dalton Carter, Patrick Stein right there as well. Bradley Beeman, 1.2 seconds off of him there. You can see that second bigger pack of cars back there towards the tail end of this one. And Jerry Isaacs lost 3 spots since the restart. He's now running back in the 13th position. The 51 Toyota Camry struggling a little bit on the pace. Mark Schrader, the only other Toyota driver out there. So the Toyota camp a little bit off on the speed here tonight at Chicago. Right around 51 laps remaining here tonight. Coleridge Fenmore has less than a half a second advantage over Mike Grandy Sr. Justin Rose right there as well. We'll continue to jump around the track just a little bit. Here's an overhead camera shot on board with that 39 of Bruce Perry. Had that Ford Mustang almost into the outside wall as they'll make their way back off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. The 53, 78 tied up, tangling with each other out there on the track. 2 almost 3 wide. No, not going to go 3 wide. Almost went 3 wide right there. The 9 of Brian Dorsey down on some power. He is now down 1 lap. First driver listed off the lap, down 1 lap in that lucky dog position. Back in 20th, and it looks like we have had Chicagoland Speedway claim 1 victim here tonight. Looks like Christopher Dean and the 2 machine. He's going to go ahead and put that machine back behind pit wall. He'll finish back in 22nd. He's still got 21 drivers out there on the track with 19 still on your lead lap. Lap number 68 now underway out of the 15. Scheduling YouTube's official race distance. And why don't we go? Tell you what, why don't we go back up here to this battle? See how this thing is playing out. Coleridge Fenmore still with a little bit of advantage. 0.3 of a second. That's about 4 car lengths as they make their way off of 4 back to the stripe. There you can see Justin Rose not going to that apron, electing to stay up on the racing surface. And you can utilize that apron. That's something that these drivers are allowed to do at these big mile tracks. You can even do it at a short track. Not necessarily suggested, but you can do it. Apron not off limit like it is going to be when we begin round 8 at Talladega Super Speedway. That's going to be the opening round for the round of 8 for these chase competitors. So you're going to have to be on it right from the start. And I'll tell you, with a road course thrown into this first round, a plate race thrown into the next round, my goodness, and then these drivers got to battle for the championship at Atlanta. That is a tough chase schedule for these drivers to get themselves through. Coleridge Fenmore looks to do what he's done all season long, and that's dominate here tonight. He's going to walk away with the most laps led award. Nobody going to be able to take that away from him, so he is stacking those bonus points as we speak coming into tonight's race, grabbing that pole position with a 30-55-1, barely squeaking that pole position out, but he's going to get the points for that. He's going to get points for leading the most laps, now trying to sweep the race night here in the Cyber Thunder Racing Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Mike Grandy Sr. still has Justin Groves right behind him. These top three drivers still pretty much nose to tail. Only about a half a second separates Finmore from Groves. And it looks like a lot on the screen, but a half a second isn't necessarily really that much. One bobble, one wiggle, especially on these older tires where you're going to have to catch the car a little bit, and you'll find yourself having another driver breathing all down your rear deck. But I tell you what, let's go on board, go down trackside. We'll take a lap with Mike Grandy Sr. in the 12. You can watch that throttle telemetry right there on board on that digital dash. You can also hear it in your ears. You can hear him working that throttle. Listen to him lift a little and feather back in all the way. He's off in. There it is, back full throttle once again. Justin Groves down to the inside, looking to take that second position away. And he's going to do slow, slot that 99 Red Dog machine just in front of Mike Grandy Sr. What a great camera shot. Love that overhead view on all of these cars out here tonight. Great camera work by all the guys and gals back at the Turn 3 Race and Hit. Really do appreciate all the hard work behind the scenes that goes on to make all these great camera shots a possibility. And I tell you what, we haven't visited this one here tonight. Well, we go high above the track with our Turn 3 drone cam. This drone a little bit lower than our most of our other drones are here at Chicagoland Speedway, but don't worry, don't fret. We've got another one a little higher above the track. There you can see this camera operator willing to go right above the track. NASCAR does tell them not to keep it out there very long. Don't want it dropping down on top of a car. And these Cyber Thunder Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series admins, officials, and league owners have granted us permission to do so as well. We just hope the batteries don't fall out. How crazy would that be, though? Now that drone cams are utilized a lot more in NASCAR, how crazy would that be for a drone cam to be flying across the track and end up dropping on the speedway? That would be nuts. And again, a little bit of a squirrel moment there. If you've been here, you know me, you know what happens. I get distracted very easily. Brian Dorsey in the 9, one of your chase competitors. He has had a lot of trouble. Chris Wold, Chris Dean, also with tons of trouble here tonight. All three of those championship contenders are listed off of the lead lap. Chris Wold being scored 2 laps down. Dean out of tonight's race. Brian Dorsey continues to be in that lucky dog position. Christopher Daniel, yet another chase competitor. He's sitting back in the 19th position, 17 seconds behind your race leader. So that's about a half a track back. Daniel's got to find some pace. Eric Moore in the 5 was running well, caught up and involved in that latest racing incident. And there you can see that 5, all Tism speaks. Do it for Craig. Chevy ZL1 Camaro beaten and battered on the front end. The 5 of Moore trying to salvage all he can, and most importantly right now, he's got 4 other chase drivers that are running lower than him here tonight. And that's what you've got to do. You got to think about consistency while looking for those race wins, but you also have to know who you are racing, where they are at, how they are doing, and what's going on with them more. He doesn't necessarily have to push the envelope here for the rest of tonight's race. He's got to stay on it. He's got to stay in it. but he does not have to put himself in a bad situation. He's not going to gain too much ground on those drivers inside of the top 6, those other championship chase drivers that have separated themselves from the field. Going to be hard-pressed to overcome them and make up that many positions, but a top 15 very doable here for this 5 machine and his crew, as just in front of him, that 37 of David Rogerson also has a lot of front end damage. We'll keep our eye on that battle for a little bit later on to visit, should we need to. Bob Rogerson now in that 78 Ford Mustang. He makes his way off of the corner. We're going to check back here once again, side by side, as the 37 goes around the 82 of Robert Gregory. Here comes that 5. He's going to look to the high side, get the run. No, the 82 going to come back up the track. Will we see a crossover? No, looks like the 5 elects to stay right there. The 43 of Eric Anderson. After hard contact there, you can see a big old crinkle across the hood. Tail end smashed in as well. And how about this, as these drivers battle it up, these 4 right here, that's going to allow that 88 of Christopher Daniel to come back up into the picture. And that spells trouble for that 5 of Moore. He's going to have to go ahead and do away with Gregory. Going to do so this time by, but look at that Napa 88. He is on a move. He is much quicker than the drivers in front of him that last time by. Is it all because of the battle? We'll have to wait and see if that 5 can step away. Back at the front of this field, though, these top drivers still going at it. Second and third on the speedway. Justin Groves in the 99 driving that red dog Chevy ZL1 Camaro. He's got Mike Grandy and his Camaro crew back behind him. Chevy dominated field here tonight. Your top 6 all in Chevy's first Ford on the field. 7th place, the 78 of Bob Rogerson. Have to go all the way back to 10th to this man right here, Jerry Isaacs. How about the run here by Isaacs? Driver out of Mad Sim Racing, St. Louis, Missouri's very own. No, he didn't cause a wreck. He's running very well here tonight, up 8 spots from where he started tonight's race. Now running, final driver inside that top 10. Lap number 85 now on the board as Coleridge Finmore continues to step away from the field. We'll check back in with your race leader. The one has a 1.45 second advantage over the field, so right at that 1.5 seconds, and that's what it translates to. That's what it looks like, and that is beginning to be an unmanageable gap if you are the drivers behind them. But you got to worry about this fuel. Drivers were to pit road over 40 laps ago. We have less than 40 laps remaining, so what do you do? If you're Justin Groves, if you're Mike Grandy Sr., do you play this thing on out thinking we'll see a caution, as we seen a caution earlier here tonight, our first caution coming right towards the tail end of a green flag run? Do you risk it and stay out, or do you go ahead and risk coming to pit road, getting those 4 fresh Goodyear tires, being much quicker than your competitors, but a late race caution coming out and catching you a lap down? I don't know. You're going to have to do something to overcome that gap. And I think if I was Groves or Mike Grandy Sr., I would be eyeballing pit road here this next time by to try to get down the following lap. So I say I would pit right at lap number 89. And Bruce Perry in the 39 looks like his crew chief has got the TV turned on. He's going to go ahead and pull that 39 down pit road this time by. Back away from the speedway just a little bit, see if we can't see some more great action on the track. And it looks like now that 32 of Chris Wold, he's going to go yet a 3rd lap down here tonight after being involved in that big crash. Our second caution of the evening, actually, yes, our second caution of the evening. And since then, Wold has been in damage control. Dave Gainforth going to bring the 101 down to pit road this time by. All these drivers just one pit stop so far here tonight. The way the caution flag flew, it's going to allow these drivers to make just one green flag pit stop. We should see the majority of the field come down to pit road, I would say, in the next 3 to 5 laps. And it doesn't look like anybody willing to risk it in the top 6. They're all going to stay out on track. Mike Grandy right there closing in on Justin Groves. And I'm telling you, you're gonna have to short pit. You're gonna have to try the undercut. I think that's the only way you're gonna gain back 1.5 seconds, especially on a fast Coleridge Finmore, who has absolutely stepped away from this field. 1.5 second advantage. He has dominated the majority of tonight's race, leading upwards of 70 laps out of the 90 already in the books, and he looks to lead a handful more. We'll check back with this little battle right here. Check this out. Cole Gray, Bob Rogerson, they're going at it for 6th on the speedway. Rogerson doesn't care if Cole Gray is a championship contender. I wouldn't. He's doing what every race driver would try to do, and that's go up there and take a spot away from Cole Gray late in the race. 25 laps remaining here from Chicagoland Speedway. When will your race leaders bring it to pit road? Still going to watch this battle. It's one of the closest battles. And as I say that, Jeff Sharp starts to reel in the drivers around him. There you can see Tom Richter right there chomping at the bit. 3.3 seconds up to the next battle between Justin Groves and Mike Grandy Sr. Small little groups of battles all over this speedway. Back 15th, 16th, 17th. They're stacked up. Eric Anderson, Robert Gregory, Christopher Daniel. As Daniel going to take a spot away from Gregory, he'll move closer to taking 15th away from Moore. Going to do so in that corner as Eric Moore cuts to pit road. Robert Gregory going to bring his 82 Ford Mustang down pit road for what should be the final stop of tonight's race right here. And it starts here. 1:15 for the Cyber Thunder Racing League's Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Dalton Carter to pit road. Your race leader's going to stay out. Battling now, Tom Richter looks to take a spot away from Jeff Sharp. He's going to do so, put Richter now up into 4th. Bob Rogerson in the 78 machine. He's going to head to pit road this time by your top 5. 6 staying out on track all the way back to Mark Schrader, who is running in the 10th position. 13.5 seconds behind your race leader, Mike Grandy Sr. There you go. That's the undercut we're looking for. The 12 breaks from the top 3. He's going to go to pit road for the final time here tonight. What will the rest of this field do at the front? Tom Richter going to take over that 3rd position. Mike Grandy Sr. down to pit road, on pit road, waiting in his box now, coming to a stop. Good stop. Doesn't look like any trouble so far. Going to watch your race leader, Coleridge Finmore. He's going to stay out on the track. That's going to put Mike Grandy Sr. down 1 lap as Tom Richter brings the 34 to pit road. Cole Gray going to join him as well. Going to get his final set of tires and fuel here tonight. Finmore, Groves, Sharp, and Stein. Isaacs and Beeman stay out on the track. Race leader Finmore to pit road. New race leader Justin Groves. That's going to give us our 5th different lead change amongst 4 different drivers here tonight. Finmore, Sharp, Stein all to pit road that time by. Looks like Jerry Isaacs and Bradley Beeman, they're going to stay out on the track. What does the 21 of Mark Schrader do? Looks like he's going to risk it as well. He's going to stay out on track. David Rogerson, Eric Anderson, Christopher Daniel still yet to pit. And how about this? What if we got a caution right now? That would put Coleridge Finmore down a lap. Talk about big. And how about the jump? We're going to look back at this and say, job well done. I told you you had to short pit. And look at this. Mike Grandy Sr., after his pit stop, he's rejoined the track. Yes, he's not the race leader yet, but Coleridge Fenmore now 2.79 seconds back behind him, and that is just from a 2-lap difference on the tires. He was able to gain, what is that? That is about a 4-second swing on the timing and scoring on the speed charts there. Was upwards of 1.5 seconds behind. He is now 2.8 seconds ahead, so that is about 4.5-second swing there in those 2 laps. That is what you needed to do. David Rogerson going to bring his 37 to pit road this time by as Justin Groves, this man, right here front and center on screen. He continues to lead the field, continues to stretch this green flag run. Or will we see a 2-tire stop? Will we see 2 tires and 1 can of fuel for that 99? Is that the fuel and tire strategy he's going with? There's Mike Grandy Sr. He's going to unlap himself, put himself back on the lead lap in that 7th position. Here goes Coleridge Fenmore as the 99 of Groves comes to pit road. Jerry Isaacs has potential to take over the race lead. Does he stay out on track or come to pit road? Isaac's going to stay out on track, so that will give us our 6th different lead change amongst 5 different race leaders. How long is Isaacs going to stretch this one? Bradley Beeman, Mark Schrader, both yet to come to pit road. Eric Anderson, Christopher Daniel still left out on track. Your top 6 yet to come to pit road. Mike Grandy Sr. leads the drivers with the freshest tires down to pit road for those fresh tires. Back on lap number 94 as Grandy now back into the top 5. He's made his way by Christopher Daniel already. Jerry Isaacs, after leading a lap, he's going to go ahead and come to pit road. Another lead change late in the race. 6 different race leaders, 7 lead changes. Jerry Isaacs going to fall through the scoring charts now after extending that run. And Coleridge Fenmore pumping out a fast lap. He's going to increase that race record time. 30.56 is the fastest lap so far here tonight, and that is running a qualifying lap, basically. Pole position being taken here tonight by Fenmore with a 30.551. Last time by, Fenmore ran a 30.562. And now that advantage is going away. Look at that. The one of Fenmore has closed the gap. He is back. He is there. 13 laps remaining. Bradley Beeman continues to stay out on the track. Last pitted back on lap number 51. I don't think you're going to be able to go upwards of 60-plus laps on the tires and fuel. Going to be very close. Mike Grandy Sr. very close right there with that one of Fenmore. Now Eric Moore struggling to stay on the lead lap. He's going to fall to the wayside. Big time mix up off of turn number 2. Grandy going to block that one in. Lap traffic to the outside. Nowhere to go to the bottom of the speedway. Grandy going to wash up in the center of 3 and 4. That's going to open up the door for Fenmore. Off of 4. Here they go side by side. Fenmore back to the front. Well, I apologize, race fans. Got a little bit too excited, a little overzealous there. We've still got 11 laps to go. We've still got 2 drivers up in front of Fenmore and Grandy that have yet to come to pit road. They have about a 6-second advantage right now. I don't think they're going to be able to stay out the rest of this race without coming to pit road. Mark Schrader up there running in second, up 19 spots from where he started tonight's race. Also up 19 spots. That 92 of Bradley Beeman leading the race now, multiple laps. Check that out. How cool is that? The 92 pulling a fuel strategy. Right now it is working out. Just 10 laps to go for that 92 Baja Blast Raise Energy Ford Mustang. I believe that's the Baja. I believe. Not sure. Cole Gray with some big troubles. He's got a long stay on pit road. Was in his box for upwards of 54 seconds, so had to fix a little bit of damage. And that 3 going to fall outside of the top 15 now. All the way back running in the 18th spot. He's got quite a bit of gap to make up to try to gain some positions here. Listed as one of the drivers, 1 lap down. We should see most of the field stay out if we get a late race caution. But what will your race leaders do? Only 8 laps to go. Bradley Beeman still 5.3 seconds out in front. I think Beeman may be able to stretch this thing. This is going to be crazy if he's able to do so. Mark Schrader already losing second and third spot to Finmore and Grandy Sr. Tom Richter, he's going to emerge on the scene here very shortly. That 34 going to breathe down the neck of Mark Schrader, looking to take that 4th spot away. Back to that battle. We'll look at it real quick right here. There you can see Tom Richter trying to make his way by that 21. Going to do so without any problems. Down into turn 3. He'll look to set sail. They have about 4 seconds over Justin Groves in that 99 machine. Eric Anderson coming to pit road that time by. So meanwhile, with 7 laps to go, the lead is shrinking. Bradley Beeman, 3.5 second race advantage. Is there enough time for Finmore and Grandy Sr. to get up there and battle for that spot? Already Finmore stepping out to a 1.6 second advantage over Mike Grandy Sr., so it's all going to be said and done if Finmore can get around Beeman. But how long can Beeman stretch this thing back out, back with your race leader at the front? Man, I'm telling you, what a run by this 92. If he can pull this thing off of 4, back to the stripe. High five from Upstate Al. 5 laps now remaining, just over 2 second gap back to Finmore with those fresh tires. 45 lap fresher tires. It's not even gonna be a contest if he can get there. But will Beeman be able to throw the blocks that he needs? Has Finmore wore the good out of those tires, trying to chase down Beeman as hard as he has over the course of these past 20 laps? When he pitted back on lap number 96, it will be right at a 20 lap cycle on those tires. 4 laps remaining, gap 1.2. Finmore is closing. Hats off and big shout out to the crew of that 92 and the crew chief as well. You gotta gamble, you gotta go for it. And why not in the chase here? Bradley Beeman looking to roll the dice, shake things up just a little bit, make this chase a little bit more interesting, make some of these drivers really have to push their way into the round of 8 instead of just winning and getting in. 3 laps now remaining here is what he did not need. That 51 goes by. That's going to open up the door for the clean air to get to the nose of the one of Finmore through the corner as the 21 of Mark Schrader. He's going to peel off for pit road. He couldn't make it on fuel. Not a challenge at all. Finmore closed like crazy that time through 3 and 4. Still at the stripe, though. They're going to give that lap to Tyler Beeman. Popsicle sticks. 2 laps to go as Finmore drops to the bottom, and he's going to take that top spot back away. But here comes Beeman on the outside looking to side draft. He's going to side draft him down the backstretch. Do everything he can to stay with him right there. Not going to be able to hold him back. Finmore takes the race lead back once again. 8 different lead change here tonight amongst 6 different drivers, and oh my gosh, so close for Bradley Beeman to spoiling the party. White flag, final lap. One more lap around the track for your race leader, Coleridge Finmore. That's just how close the strategy was for Bradley Beeman. Can he pull off a podium spot running in that second position? Will transfer up to your race leader as he works his way off of 4 for the final time. Coming to collect the checkered flag, your race winner here in chase race number 1 of the round of 12. Coleridge Finmore gonna take that spot away. And what happened to Bradley Beeman right at the end? He runs out of gas, and he is going to drop out of those podium spots. Tough break there for that 92 machine of Beeman. Man, that Ford Mustang almost was there. What a run. Biggest mover of the race, up 16 positions. He deserves a job well done. He deserves a shout out, hand clap, pat on the back. Man, he got it done here tonight. What a run to 89, going to come to his rescue and push him back to pit road. That is what we like to see. We'll translate back to the front stretch. Watch a little bit of the smoke show that is fixing to come your way, provided to you by your podium finishers. There you can see Coleridge Finmore. He's going to go ahead and burn it down, light him up as we get set to go to your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. backtrack side, ready for your post-race interviews, ready to talk to the driver on screen. Little post-race shenanigans. I think Finmore blew the engine on the post-race celebrations. Right here, walking away with the third spot here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch in and have a word with the driver inside of that 34 machine. Tom, it's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Dave, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm lovely as always. How about yourself?
Doing all right, coming home third for the second podium of the year.
Well, I mean, you don't have to always win them. I mean, weren't you the king of consistency last year?
I was the king of consistency. I mean, I've had plenty of photo finishes, Dave. They're just usually for like 16th or 17th. But I mean, if you want to call that consistency, maybe.
Well, I mean, a photo of a wrecked car is still a photo, right?
Exactly. There you go.
All jokes aside, Tom, man, heck of a run out there. Great way to start the championship chase, the run to the trophy. And walk us through a little bit of the race here tonight. How was it for you in that 34 all night long?
So Dave, you race around the same guys week after week after week, and you begin to learn their driving styles, and especially in this Wheels for Warriors Pro Cup. We've all been racing around each other for a long time, and I know Coleridge is really good on the short runs, so the first 30 laps, 40 laps, whatever it was, I was just playing it easy, and I was actually catching them before that first caution came out, and then they just kind of stepped away from me. I tried to short pit on them a tiny bit around lap 90, 95, whatever I pitted on, and Coleridge is just too strong on the short runs. I have something for him on the longer runs, but I needed it to go probably about another 20 laps actually to be able to run with him.
Well, Tom, you ran up there towards the front of the field for the majority of tonight's race. That's got to boost the confidence heading towards, a little bit of a cluster for some is what I'll call it. A road course next week, Watkins Glen. Then we head to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So a solid finish going to put you in a great position to make it into that round of 8. So again, Tom, congratulations on the third place here tonight. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, of course. First, somebody very near and dear to our heart. We've been keeping in our thoughts and prayers for the past month or so, and that's Mr. Crank Bell. Crank has been battling the COVIDs, and he's been going through it. He's having a real rough time, and we're continuing to keep Crank in our thoughts and our prayers, and really miss our friend out here, and really hope that he can get back out here and rejoin us here very shortly. But Wheels for Warriors, they stepped up in a huge way. They have an amazing program out there. Craig and Jesse, some of the nicest guys that I've had the pleasure of meeting here, and they do an awesome program. We're also doing a benefit race for them on Monday evening, trying to raise some funds for them. So head on over if you guys feel so inclined to Wheels for Warriors website. And then all the drivers out here, you for all dedicating a Thursday night, Chris as well for helping in the admin tower as well. But really, none of this would really be possible without all the drivers coming out, and you as well, Dave, coming out on a Thursday night and dedicating it to us.
Well, we do appreciate the kind words in the booth, but you give us a great product to talk about and put on, and involved with great organizations. So it's a no-brainer for us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. And Tom, again, congratulations on the third place. And we'll see if we can't catch up with you a little later on throughout the rest of this chase run to the trophy.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy the rest of your night.
That one restart, and then the caution.
There you have it. Final few words from Tom Richter, driver walking away in third. And, well, there's another one of those Dave moments. Just going to say, I'm just going to leave it at that. Nonetheless, moving on to the next driver in line, driver that walked away second here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch in and have a few words with the 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Sure do.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid run and pretty much a great battle all night long?
Pretty wore out, man.
So the arms are pretty jello-y, huh?
They were probably like that when I started, though.
I hear you. Well, man, you walked away with a solid second place here at the beginning of the chase, barely making it, narrowly making it into the championship. So, really taking advantage of the opportunity. How good does it feel for you and the crew to know that you've come away with a solid podium spot, and you kind of can play it safe a little bit per se over these next two races?
Yeah, well, I wish that was the thing, but we got Watkins Glen coming up. That's going to be tough. Just going to have to do a little more practice than normal and try to maintain some position.
All right. Well, how you feel about Indy then? Our third race here in the round of 12.
Uh, uh, that's going to be a good one, I think. I think I'll do okay there.
All right, Mike. Well, we do appreciate you dedicating a little bit of time post race to come and talk to us for a brief moment. So, with that being said, again, congratulations on the second place here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home on that 12?
Oh, of course, of course. Wheels for Warriors. Without them, we wouldn't be watching it after the fact or during the fact. Also, the guys that run it. Tom, Chris, all of them. And honestly, I mean, poor Jade, man, I feel for him. I hope to see him soon.
All right, as we all do, Mike. Everybody out there still sending well wishes and prayers towards Jade and his entire family. And again, congratulations on the second place here tonight, Mike. And we'll see if we can't catch up with you a little bit later on throughout this championship run.
Thanks, Dave.
There you have it. That was the driver walking away in second, Mike Grandy Sr., pulling out all the stops, going to walk away with a great run here tonight. He's going to walk away in second, and that's going to lead us to the man of the moment, the man of the hour, getting the job done yet again. His seventh race win on the season. Coleridge Fenimore back into victory lane. It's Dave of the booth. Got a copy?
10-4, got ya.
Hey man, how you feeling after another one in the books?
That one was a little more intense. I had to work a little more for that one.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you, my next question was this one. Coming to 5 to go, you were about 2 seconds back. What went through your mind?
I have to be honest with you, I was a little nervous there. I was thinking the last caution there, I didn't come down to get gas or anything, and I kept thinking, well, if there's one or two cars that maybe went down that caution and got gas, they may have enough, because I was probably about 8 laps short if I didn't pit. So I'm thinking maybe they could have saved enough to get around. And when I saw Bradley not come down, I started to get a little nervous, thinking, he may have just beat me on pit strategy. But we kept working, and we came out on the other side.
That you did. Back in the top spot once again. Gotta feel good about knocking off a win here early in the chase. The next two races, Watkins Glen, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. How you feeling about those?
Watkins Glen, I didn't do too bad in the trucks when we ran it here earlier in the season. I got second there, so maybe I can up one there. And Indy's a kind of wild card. I've never ran laps there, so we'll see how that one goes. We'll keep working hard. It kind of lets us breathe a little bit through these next two races because we are advanced into the next round, so it allows me to sleep a little nicer.
Absolutely, and a good feeling to have to sleep a little bit easier as well. So again, Coleridge, once again, congratulations on yet another race win number 7 for you this season. Chase race number 1, checkered flag in your back pocket. So with all that being said, any shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Want to thank anybody back home on that one?
Want to start off by sending prayers to Crank's family. I hear he's getting a little better, so that's good to hear. Want to thank friends. Want to thank Underdog Racing, my teammates, for helping me get into this series. Want to thank Wheels for Warriors USA for everything they do. And I want to just thank my mom and dad. I'm throwing back this car to my dad's street stock. Ran at Darlington last week and just continuing it on because it's such a great looking car.
All right. Well, we would have to agree that is a sharp-looking ride, man. I absolutely love it. And I tell you what, Coleridge, I know we'll probably talk to you again. So until then, my friend, we'll catch up with you next time.
Thank you. Take care, Dave.
There you have it. That was Coleridge Fenmore walking away with the race win yet again here this season for the Cyber Thunder Racing League's Wheels for Warriors Pro Cup Series. That's pretty much gonna do it for us in the booth after what a run we had here tonight. My goodness, drivers absolutely putting on a great show out there tonight, and it looks like the producers hitting those buttons, so you know those sounds. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results, and it starts here. 1:15 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, brought to you by Cyber Thunder Racing, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Taking the checkered flag here tonight, Chase Race winner Coleridge Fenmore. Mike Grandy Sr. going to bring the 12 home in second. Tom Richter going to round out those podium positions. Bradley Beeman on a fuel strategy came up just so short. The 92 going to finish back and forth. Fifth place goes to Justin Groves. Bob Rogerson and Jeff Sharp back there in seventh. The 89 of Patrick Stein going to come home in eighth. Ninth place goes to the 53 of Dalton Carter. And Bruce Perry rounds out your top 10. The 101 of Dave Gainforth slotting home in 11th here tonight. Jerry Isaacs going to bring that 51 home in 12th. Heck of a run by him, listed as the last driver on the lead lap. The 37 of Dave Rogerson going to be the first driver off of the lead lap, finishing in 13th position here tonight. 14th goes to Eric Moore. Christopher Daniels going to walk away in 15th, slotting home back in the 16th position to 3 of Cole Gray. Mark Schrader going to bring the 21 Dogecoin machine home in the 17th spot. Eric Anderson in the 43 Petty Blue STP machine going to walk away in the 18th spot. Robert Gregory coming home in 19th. Chris Wold has some trouble here tonight, and he finishes back in 20th. 21st spot goes to Brian Dorsey. Christopher Dean going to finish 58 laps down here tonight after some electric issues caused him to pull the machine to pit road. Well, if you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. So while you're here, scroll in the description to click the link. Head on over to the Wheels for Warriors USA website. Great organization, Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. And with all that being said, we're going to wind up the cords. Head on over to upstate New York to Watkins Glen. Get ready for Chase Race number 2. Until that time, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until then, we'll meet you in Turn 3.